Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements. Find out the latest Madison County sports information from Richmond Register sports editor Nathan Hutchison, coming up next. Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber. And KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media.
Welcome into Madison County Sports Night Live for Monday, March the 27th. Welcome back. Hope you had a great weekend out there. I was up in the Cincinnati area yesterday, Randy, so I picked myself up a new Cincinnati Reds hat, even though I have no idea who plays for the Cincinnati Reds anymore besides Joey Votto down in India. You've been seeing that going around, right, that on Twitter and stuff. Do you know who the fourth highest paid player on the Cincinnati Reds roster this year will be?
No.
Ken Griffey Jr. He still gets $2.5 million a year from the Cincinnati Reds in deferred salary. He will be the fourth highest paid player on the roster this year.
Incredible.
Oh, hey, Reds in full rebuild mode. The season starts on Thursday, but I grew up a Reds fan. I'll always be a Reds fan.
Good for you.
There you go. I guess I'll have to watch some games and find out who the heck plays for
I'll be
my
wearing
team.
my Cincinnati Reds old white cap from 1998.
Yeah. Well, I picked this one up there, so there you go. So, all right. Well, I'm lots of stuff to tell you about today. All kinds of action across the county as Mother Nature cooperated today. It was a beautiful day until the sun went down, and then it got really cold out there. But no cancellations today, thank goodness. But before we get into the afternoon and evening action for high school softball and baseball, we did have another signing today down at Madison Southern. Senior swimmer Canyon Hill. It was with Campbellsville University. And once again, Jay Simmons and the folks down there were nice enough to invite us. And here's a guy, Canyon, who did a bunch of different swimming events for them, did relays, did individual stuff, qualified for the state in a couple of relay events for Madison Southern. And it was his big day. So here's some highlights from Canyon Hill's signing day.
I'm going to go and get started. I'm Coach Conforti, if we haven't met. Thank you all for coming out as we celebrate Canyon and his signing. With me up on the stage have Canyon's mom, Canyon and Coach Liz from Campbellsville University. I just want to say a couple of things real quick about Canyon. First and foremost, I'm so glad that he came out this season. He was a wonderful asset to the team. Younger swimmers looked up to him. He took things seriously, but also had a wonderful habit of keeping practice light and helping it move along. He was a great athlete to coach. He did whatever was asked of him. Whether it was in practice or in meets, he swam the individual races that we needed him to. He swam on the relays where we needed him to, and he was always talking. Coach, I think I can do this. Coach, I think I can do that. And he was very unselfish with that, which is something you don't always see with somebody who's got larger aspirations. But he was very sacrificial in that regard. He is somebody that's hard work paid off over the course of the season. Got faster as things should work, and saved the best for the end for our senior night and regions, and then the state championship he was able to swim in. Most importantly, I think, is he's a high character kid. You guys who know Canyon, you guys who have swam and competed with him and against him, he's a high character kid. And it was a great asset for us, for our team, but also for Campbellsville. Campbellsville is getting a great athlete and a great kid. So I've said enough. This is all about Canyon. So here we go.
Yes, I would like to say that we're very excited to welcome you into our family. The interactions that we've had, I'm very excited to make you part of our team. The one practice that you've done with us was definitely one of the hardest practices we had in the year, and just seeing him, how he continues to push himself, and that helps push the whole team. It makes us better as a team, and it's really exciting to see how from one practice we can see how much of an impact he will have on the team. So we are very excited to welcome you to the family. Would you like to say anything before you sign it?
I would just like to thank my friends, my family, my mom, and my team for always being there and supporting me. And I'd also like to thank God for providing me with all those things. And my coach.
Well, congratulations to Canyon Hill, and we will have another signing later this week. I won't give it away, but Wednesday we'll have another swimming-related signing at another school, so stay tuned for that. Well, lots of action on the Diamonds, softball and baseball Diamonds this evening, and we will start in Richmond with the last undefeated Madison County softball team, the Lady Indians of Madison Central, 5-0, heading into a matchup this afternoon with Estill County, and they pushed their record to 6-0, ironically, with a 6-0 win over Estill County. And it was Jasmine Kaler. She went the distance in the circle, 7 innings, 6 hits, no runs, no walks, 8 strikeouts. Cassidy Hack 2 for 4 with a triple and 2 runs scored. Brooklyn Gilbo 2 for 3 with a double, a run scored. Carly Speakman 2 for 3 with an RBI. Olivia Metcalf 2 for 3, an RBI, a double, and 2 runs scored. Andrea Linton 1 for 2. Shelby Hensley 1 for 3 with an RBI, and also had a double there as well. And Jasmine Kaler also had an RBI as well. So 6-0 on the season as the Lady Indians pick up a win over Randy Hall, their coach's former team over there in Estill County. So, but 10 hits for Madison Central, and you'll see it here in a minute. I kind of joke with Coach Hall in the video that season low 6 runs because they had scored at least 9 runs in every game so far this season. So 6 was 3 less than they'd scored in any other game, but of course it's still another victory, and it's still 10 hits for the Lady Indians, and they continue to play really, really well here in the early part of this season. But afterwards, we got a chance to talk to Coach Randy Hall and Jasmine Kaler.
Madison Central High School, where the Lady Indians have moved to 6-0 on the season with a 6-0 victory over Estill County. Jasmine Kaler, Coach Randy Hall, and Coach, only 6 runs tonight, season low. Of course, I'm kidding because you guys have been tearing the cover off the ball, but still had 10 hits, 6 runs, another good offensive performance from your ladies.
Yeah, we'll take that. Every time you play Estill, with their tradition and everything, it's always a tough game. So, any win against them, we'll take it.
Jasmine, you picked up the complete game win in the circle there, 8 strikeouts. You hadn't pitched in 6 days. How'd you feel out there?
I felt a little bit nervous just because Estill County always does put up a pretty decent fight against us. We get a little bit more excited to play Estill just because it's from where Randy's from. We always want to play good for him. But it felt good to just come out here and just kind of dominate in the circle.
Yeah. Well, extra motivation there playing against your old school.
You just want them to be proud of you. You want to put out a good performance. So more of that than anything. If we're not playing, I'm rooting for them. So, but when we're playing them, it's a little different story.
Well, Jasmine, with this kind of the 3 pitcher setup you guys have, how far ahead of time do you know when you're pitching, and how do you prepare? Because you hit and you play the field too as well. So what's your preparation like?
Well, really, he rotates us pretty well. I know in past seasons I've always been the one that's pitching every single game, so it's kind of nice to just have a nice rotation going. We really don't know who's pitching until right before the game, but I kind of just know how the rotation goes, and I just prepare myself and just focus in on what I find out.
Keep it a secret till right before the game?
Yeah, we really do. Sometimes it's who warms up the best. That can make a difference too. That's nice though that you can go with any of the pitchers, and if they're not on, you just go to the next one. And they don't really get too down on that if they get taken out. They know the next one's going to step up, and the next night will be their night. So that's nice to have.
All right. Still unbeaten on the season, 6-0. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Central will be back in action on Wednesday at Wolfe County. Like we said there a couple of times, 6-0 on the season for the Lady Indians. Couple of crazy, wild, just amazing games down in Berea this afternoon. One including a 44th District matchup between Model Lab and Berea Community over at the Berea Community Park. This one went back and forth, and in the end it was Model picking up an 11-9 win over the Lady Pirates of Berea. Teams combined for 20 runs, 16 hits, and 8 errors. Model had an 8-2 lead in the top of the 4th inning. Berea scored 5 times in the bottom of that inning and then tied the game in the 5th. But then Model scored twice in the 6th, once in the 7th. Berea scored once in the bottom of the 7th and had the game tying run at the plate in the bottom of the 7th before Hannah Smith, the pitcher for Model, was able to get the final out. But first win on the season for Model, they're 1-3. Berea falls to 0-5. For Model, Riley Hunt, 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored, a triple, and 2 RBIs. Josie Williams, 2 for 3 with a run scored. Elian Weaver, 1 for 4 with a RBI and 2 runs scored. Hannah Smith, 1 for 4, 2 runs scored with a double. Piper Moore, 1 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. And for Berea, Taylor Johnson, 3 for 4, a double, a triple, 3 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Cora Reed walked 3 times and scored twice. And Tess McGlynn was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a run scored. And Hannah Smith went the distance in the circle for Model. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 9 runs, only 7 of those earned, with 5 strikeouts. And Model back in action today, not quite today yet, Tuesday. It's not midnight yet. Tuesday at home against Menifee County. And Berea will be back in action Tuesday at Jackson County. And across town over at Madison Southern, it was the Madison Southern Lady Eagles rallying from a 6-1 deficit to pick up a 9-8 win over Tates Creek. Tates Creek scored 3 times in the top of the first, 3 times in the top of the 4th, and had a 6-1 lead. But then Southern scored twice in the bottom of the 4th, then 3 times in the 5th and the 6th, and then had a 2-run lead into the 9th. Creek was able to get 1 run and also had the game tying run at the plate there in the top of the 7th. But able to hold on to pick up the victory to go to 5-4 on the season as Creek drops to 4-2. Taylor Reeves, 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Ashlyn Estep, 2 for 4, 2 doubles, 3 runs scored and an RBI. Jada Carter, 1 for 4 with a double, 3 RBIs and a run scored. And let's see here, Crystal Cook, 2 for 4 with a double and a run scored. Belle Strunk, 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Caitlin Boland, 1 for 3 with an RBI, a run scored, and a double. It was Kennedy Alcorn got the start in the circle, went 3 1/3, 8 hits allowed, 6 runs, 5 walks, 4 Ks, and then Belle Strunk came in to pitch the final 3 2/3. She gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, with 3 strikeouts. So 5-4 for Southern, back in action tomorrow at home against Pulaski County. A couple of high school baseball games to tell you about real quick here. Madison Central's Indians at home to take on Montgomery County, and they got off to a fast start. Central scored 3 times in the first, twice in the second, once in the third. They were up 6-1 at that point and went on to pick up a 9-2 victory in which they had 10 hits. Gunnar Rodas, 3 for 4 with a triple, a double, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Bradley Pointer, 2 for 4, a double, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Daniel Bauer, an RBI, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Parker Mullins, 1 for 2, 2 runs scored, and a walk. Drew Hess, 1 for 2. He walked twice and had an RBI as well. It was Eli Metcalf getting the start, 5 innings for the junior, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. And then Logan Cochran came in to pitch the final 2 innings and gave up 1 hit as Central moves to 5-1 on the season. And they're back in action Tuesday at Great Crossing. Berea Community's Pirates got behind early on Monday and could not rally on the road for a victory. 18-5 loss to Garrett County over in Lancaster. Garrett County scored 5 in the first, 6 in the second, and then 3 more in the third. Berea did get 2 in the third and then 3 in the fourth to kind of get back in the game a little bit, but they finished with more errors, 7, than hits, 6, as they fall to 0-5 on the season. Billy Strife, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, a double and a run scored. Gavin Lamb 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Cameron Thompson with a walk and 2 runs scored. And let's see who else here. Preston Sweat 1 for 3 with a run scored. Billy Strife and Cameron Thompson both pitched for Berea, who falls to 0-5 on the season. And the Pirates are back in action Thursday at home versus Menifee County. A couple of tennis matches. One I don't have the results from yet. Model was at Lafayette tonight. I'll get those as soon as I can and put them up on social media and stuff for you. But the Southern tennis team did go on the road and pick up a victory over Tate's Creek. The girls won 5-0. The boys 4-1. On the girls' side of things, singles victories for Benton, Dewerson, and Young, and doubles victories for Bingham and Heshamy and Seals and Green. And on the boys' side, Ashton Hazelwood picked up a singles victory, while Heshamy and Lemmer and Kazvali and Harris picked up victories as well. And they'll be right back in action again tomorrow at home against Danville. So lots of good stuff for you. And as we do look ahead to tomorrow, I'll look at my list here. Lots and lots of stuff going on. And we do have our first track meet of the season. There's an all-comers track meet over at Madison Central. Usually that means when there's an all-comers meet at Central, they usually host 3 to 4 a year. That usually means everybody shows up, Berea, Model, Southern, and then lots of other schools as well. But we have 3 high school softball games: Berea at Jackson County, Pulaski County at Southern, Menifee County at Model. 3 high school baseball games as well: Southern at Danville, Model at Williamstown, Central at Great Crossing. And then tennis-wise, we have Danville at Southern, Henry Clay at Model, and LCA at Central. And the EKU baseball team will look to snap out of its losing streak when they take on an old rival, Morehead State, 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon over at Turkey Hughes Field. So, Randy, you wear me out with that silly little thing there. So
You were there when I took it.
I know. I know what you were doing. I wouldn't agree to take that picture.
Sucker.
I know. What did you do? Anything exciting this weekend?
Oh, man. I did the Register Sports Show. I did Madison County Live this weekend. I worked on the Tuskegee Airmen video that's going to air this week. A new commercial. All sorts of fun stuff.
Well, did you do any non-work related stuff? Jeez.
No.
Okay.
It's still too cold.
There you go.
I want to eventually get out and hit that little white ball around as soon as it gets warm enough.
There you go. Well, anybody watching us tonight there?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Here, hold on. Let me see. I had a bunch of. Oh, Lloyd Rhodes is watching. Hey, Lloyd.
Of course, we mentioned it.
And Libby Hess. That's a great shot of Gunner there going into base.
Going into third.
Amy McDowell, Laura Meadows, Weber Hamilton's watching. Hey, Weber. Mary Lou Birchfield, Mullins, and Aaliyah Taylor is watching.
Wow, awesome. Cool. All right. Well, we're gonna get to the track meet tomorrow. I love shooting track meets. There's always a lot of cool events to shoot. So we'll get to that. We'll get to some other things as well.
Cool.
We'll just try to get to as many things as we can, like we always do. So there's always stuff.
Go.
There's always something out there to do. So we'll be there. It's all right. That's That's what makes it fun, man. That's what makes it fun.
Get the total recap every night, right here.
Every night. Well, yeah. Why wait till 5 o'clock the next day, right?
That's right. Why wait?
The same day. All right. Well, I was. We were driving up to Cincinnati. One of my favorite things to do when I'm on the long car drives, even though that wasn't that long, but when you're in the car, Sirius XM always has the 80s on 8, the countdown. So the countdown for this past week was from 1985. Lots of great songs. 85 to 87, that's like my favorite period
Classic,
of the 80s.
Man.
So many good songs on that countdown, and it kept me awake while my rest of my family was asleep as we were driving back. But here's one that we heard on there, and this is going back to 1985. David Lee Roth had left Van Halen, went out with a solo album, and this is his cover of the Beach Boys' California Girls. So we're going to go.
I love this song. I love the video.
Yes, what a great video.
Classic video.
For you, the viewer, this is the end of the video, but for them, it is only the beginning. There's a little 4-song EP put out called Crazy from the Heat that had this on it, so I still have the vinyl, so I should have brought that in, right? Do a vinyl.
Yeah, you should.
He's gonna get up and do a little hula dance for us.
Oh yeah. Good hair, man. He had good hair.
I was like at the end of the video, he does this thing where he has his hat on and he spins it and he goes
spins it around
on top of his head. Well, thanks for watching our silliness, folks. We'll be back tomorrow night and give you as much info as we can about our amazing young athletes here in Madison County. So we'll see you then.
Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements. Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber and KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media. For the best auto service, see Ricky Middleton at Adams Buick GMC.